Welcome to Kairos Research Center podcast. Christian faith seeking understanding, intellectual witness, and spiritual renewal.
Okay, I mean, just now you missed out one point, right? You were talking about string theory, two items, right? So can you explain to us what is this string theory when you are talking about the multiverse?
Yeah, string theory is advocated by some of the physicists maybe 2 decades ago, whereas we are used to thinking about atoms and quarks. So they say actually more fundamental than that are the basic units that are units of energy. If you imagine a string with different vibration corresponding to different energies, this would be the smallest unit of the universe. And strings have many many modes of vibration. So now we can actually multiply the dimensions of the universe from 3 or 4 to 11. Earlier was 18, now 11. 11 dimensions. Yeah. You can't imagine that. You have to do it, it can only be described mathematically. So, and that's exceedingly small, beyond what we can actually measure, beyond what I can even deal with quantum measurement. 10 to the power of minus 35 meters. So basically just to say, these are supposedly conceptually strings. And then at that level, you do your calculations within the, what they call the shapefold spaces inside. They say would be possible universes. If you combine that with inflationary cosmology at the small minuscule size at the beginning of the universe, the starting points of the multiverses. But according to string theory, you can have as many as 10 to the power of 500 to 10 to the power of 1,000 universes. Now, the moment a scientific theory suggests this almost infinite number of a huge number of possibilities, solutions that they call multiverse, every mathematical solution corresponds to a real universe. That's the assertion. You know?
But is it real? I mean, these are possibilities.
Well, I have said earlier that even according to Sean Carroll, even with this number, the number of real life friendly universe is exceedingly small. But the bigger the number to them, the bigger the chances of not having to rely on God, so to say. Like it's a big number invented to avoid the possibility of Big Bang and God. So, and on top of that, because it's so small, it cannot, nobody can test string theory. String theory, in principle, cannot be tested, and bubble universes cannot be tested. So multiverses cannot be tested.
Cannot be real then.
It's just an assertion. Well, it's real to fans of Hollywood and Doctor Strange. Okay. So that's why Richard Swinburne, the world famous philosopher with University of Oxford, he says it is the height of irrationality. He considers it irrational to postulate an infinite number of universes. Not only that, never causally connected with each other. Meaning we are parallel universes. We cannot have any contact or causal connection. That's why you cannot test them. You know. So, and why? Merely to avoid the hypothesis of theism. That is the motivation for string theory and inflationary universe. Then he says, Swinburne says, a theory is simpler the fewer entities it postulates. It makes sense. In science, in all explanation, it is not absolute, but simplicity is a good criterion we must always consider. It's far simpler to postulate one God than an infinite number of universes which each differ from one another. Actually, there is one more item. You talk about all these equations generating multiverse. Let's call this multiverse generator. Then my question is, who designed the multiverse generator? What generates the multiverse generator? Then you go back infinitely, you see. So multiverses must also be fine-tuned so that we are the lucky ones in all this large number of universes. So in a sense, the multiverse generator that requires and the further multiverse generator goes back to our famous cosmological argument on a wider scale. Then finally, you may say, multiverse observation, the way it's postulated, is impossible. In the exceedingly small size of the fundamental units postulated strings in the universe, and given that parallel universes cannot, in principle, have causal connection between them, we cannot even observe them both at the high and the low end. So, multiverse theories, inflationary cosmology in principle can never be tested
Yeah, cannot be
or
falsified.
verified or falsified. So it is no wonder that many physicists, the majority of the physicists actually, my readings tells me, don't really believe in multiverse. They say, oh, that is now the metaphysics department. So in that sense, at best, we may say, all these multiverse calculations represent an interesting branch of mathematics, because in mathematics, all conceptualities can be explored. But at worst, it is metaphysical speculation hiding as physics.
Hiding as science. Okay, thank you.